All right, Anabolic Academy. I'm doing this one a little bit early. I'm recording a day early because tomorrow I have a special episode coming up with two other bodybuilding YouTubers, Marx Max Muscle and EP09. And the three of us are going to be talking about the Texas Pro coming up in a week. And we are going to be talking about who's going to be in the top three in what order. Some people think Hunter, some people think Carlos, some people think Andrew Jacked. So all three of us are going to give our different perspectives, and we're going to give our top three predictions in order. And then maybe we'll do a little side wager, make it a little fun, something like that. I don't know. But this is Anabolic Academy, and this is the show where I take your questions via Instagram, via in person, via email. However, I don't know, smoke signals, whatever the hell else you're going to reach me at. So without further ado, we're going to jump right in, and we are going to do the first question. First question is from my new friend from the gym. His name is Ilian Guzman. Best advice for beginners. I just started working out, and I'm trying to get my body right. Okay. Beginners, just starting. Most important thing, don't jump into it. Don't jump into the deep end. You start training 5-6 days a week. You really don't know what you're doing. You're going to wind up overtraining, not getting your nutrition right, so on and so forth. So you don't want to do that. Here's what you want to do. Do a little bit of research. Get a 3-day-a-week workout program. Fit it around your schedule, especially if you're a young guy, you're in school, maybe work part-time, maybe you just finish high school and you work out, you work full-time, or even if you're, a 40-year-old man and you're just getting into it. My advice, 3-day-a-week workout. I would recommend a push-pull legs. So push, chest and tries, a pull, back and buys. I would put shoulders in the push with chest, and then 1 day leg. So you break it down to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, whatever the case may be. When you do that, don't start eating like a bodybuilder right away. But what you need to do is clean up your workout, clean up your diet. I apologize. Clean up your diet. Make smart food choices. Have the majority of your meals be protein, green vegetables, brown rice. I would stay away from white rice, brown rice, oatmeal, sweet potatoes, something like that. Fats, good fats like peanuts, almonds, cashews. If you get macadamia nut oil to put on maybe some greens. I know Species Nutrition sells a great macadamia nut oil. Avocado is also a great fats. Don't take out the yolk. Put a few yolks in your eggs if you have eggs as a protein source. Get yourself a good whey protein. Establish a basic nutritional diet, and establish a 3-day-a-week basic workout program. Enjoy it, tweak it here and there. And if you could do that for a month to 2 months, and then you're ready to expand your horizons, then I would do a bodybuilding bro split, if you will. Then I would start break it down to Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 5 days a week. Concentrate on chest 1 day, concentrate on back. But I would start off 3-day a week, get your nutrition right, start off eating 3 meals a day. Don't go crazy with the food. Don't go crazy with the workouts. Ease into it. See if you enjoy it. You got to like it, because in order to like it, then you will excel. Do it for, like I said, a month and a half, and you got everything down pat. You got your sleep, because you need good sleep. So you get good sleep, stay hydrated, get your nutrition down, get a good 3-day-a-week workout. That should be your beginning stages right there. And also get the basics down. Don't listen to these guys that want to reinvent the wheel. Get the right proper form for bench press, the deadlift, the squat, for bicep curls, for shoulder presses. Don't listen to these social media influencers that would want to reinvent the wheel and think that they, have the secret code. It is not. Okay. The bench press, the squat, the deadlift has been the same since the 1950s when Steve Reeves was a bodybuilding champion. It's been the same crap. Things have changed. Technology has changed, but the basics always stay the same. Get your basics down. When I mean basics, your basic movements, basic form, basic nutrition, basic workout regimen, and then go from there. And if you like it, do a little bit of research. There's so much stuff to learn. YouTube, social media, Instagram. Follow guys that know what they're doing. Follow the guys that are elite trainers. Follow the Charles Glassers, the Dave Palumbos, Chris Acetos, Milo Sarchev. These are the best of the best. These are the guys that train. They've been doing it for years and years and years and years and years, and they train the best athletes in the world. George Farah is another one. Who else? Watch old ones because God rest his soul, he passed. John Meadows, when it comes to training, is fantastic. Don't get sucked into these 19-year-old kids that have abs and they have 500,000 subscribers. They have no idea what they're doing. Don't do that. But Elion, you know me, and you need anything, you DM me or talk to me in the gym, and I'll help you out. No problem, brother. Next question. Fran is the man. Does the quality of food make a difference for bodybuilding gains? Organic, non-GMO, grass-fed? No, it does not. But health-wise, it does. See, the grass-fed, non-GMO, organic stuff is going to be protein, fats, and you're still going to get your protein, fats, and your carbs, your macros from both. But the healthier choices for your internal organs, like your heart, and your blood pressure, so on and so forth, the best way to go is definitely organic. There was a study done. I have not looked it up, okay? I am actually repeating this from a Dave Palumbo seminar that he did years ago. And according to him, there was a study done. And the study showed that if the people just switched to grass-fed beef instead of, the mass-produced corn-fed, grass-fed beef, wild-caught fish, and cage-free eggs with cage-free and seeded fed chickens for eggs and chicken, you can cut the heart disease in half in this country, in half. See, here's what happens, okay? The most prevalent crop, food, whatever you want to call it, in this country is corn. It grows like weeds. It is really cheap. So what happens is it's so cheap that they feed it to cattle, they feed it to fish, they feed it to chickens. Now, cattle don't eat. They feed it to pigs. They don't eat corn. They eat grass. Fish don't eat corn. They eat other fish. Chickens don't eat corn. They eat seed. So what happens is they eat this and they grow fast, and then they get sick because they're not getting what their body needs. And then when they get sick, they get plugged up with antibiotics to not get them sick. They're fattened up with however they could fatten them up with excess food and possibly steroid use. And then you have antibiotics on top of that. So what you're actually doing is you're creating a sick population by feeding them unnatural ways of growing this food. So if people would switch to organic, grass-fed beef, wild-caught fish, wild-caught means, from the sea, so they're eating other fish or whatnot, chickens that eat seeds, then if you want to eat pork, it's same thing, cage-free, range-free, which means they go around and they could eat grass or whatever the hell they eat. I don't know what pigs eat, whatever. And then you actually have the best of both worlds. It's definitely a healthier choice. There's no question about it. Except the problem is it's a little bit more expensive because there's a smaller amount of farmers that do it. And to feed them right is expensive. It's cheaper to feed them corn. That's what happens. But as far as bodybuilding purposes, putting on muscle, no, there's actually no difference. But health-wise, yes, there is a big difference. And if you do switch to grass-fed beef, you'll taste the difference. It tastes more gamey, 100%. Even the eggs and the chicken, the fish, it all tastes different. It tastes the way it's supposed to taste. Anyway, all right. Next question. Since you are from Brooklyn, this is also from Fran is the Man. Have you ever encountered or trained with Kai Greene at the gym? No. First of all, Kai is a little bit older than me. Second, we were on two different parts of Brooklyn, and I had moved to Staten Island by the time I was 14 years old. But Kai was from, I don't want to call from Brooklyn, but he was from the projects. I mean, he was in and out of foster homes. He was in and out of juvenile delinquent. He was not a good kid. You know, he was a very, very confused, troubled kid growing up because that was his surroundings. He did not have family like I grew up with. I grew up in Bensonhurst, which is it's a very middle class part of Brooklyn. And during the time I lived there, it was a very middle class, traditional Italian neighborhood. So no, I never even met him. But my wife did meet him. He was at Signature Gym. This had to be 10 years ago. And who was he training with? He might have been training with Nick Trigili, because I believe they were both on the muscle meds at the time, and Nick may have just turned pro. And my wife actually met him in Signature Gym. And she knew that, you know, at the time I was a fan of his. I'm not too much of a fan anymore, although much respect to his bodybuilding career, of course. So my wife went up to him and said, my husband is your favorite. We were boyfriend, girlfriend at the time. My boyfriend is a big fan of yours. You're his favorite bodybuilder. And she didn't know what to say. So Kai goes, oh, thanks. And there was like an uncomfortable silence. And he goes, would you like a picture? And she goes, oh, yeah. And they took a picture together. So if I still have the picture, I'll put it up. But no, I never had the honor of actually meeting him. The next question from Fran is the Man. How much was your most expensive prep? I would say my most expensive prep was probably Brooklyn, because it was my most advanced prep. I'd say I probably spent about $3,000 between supplements, food, super subs, because usually my wife does the food shopping. But once I was prepping, I would do my own food shopping, because if changes had to be made, or if, I had to buy a certain amount of food for, a certain amount of time, or whatever the case may be. So I would do the shopping. She would cook it, but I would do the shopping. So between the supplements, the food prep, the super subs, the NPC card, the entering the show, the tanning lotion, paying a coach, buying the trunks, God knows what else. Yeah, it was I would say about 3,000, because I prepped for about 12 weeks. I'd say about 3,000. Okay, next question from Fran is the Man. What convention is more enjoyable to attend? Fitness Expos, Olympia Arnold, or Porn Expos? Exotica. All right, so I've been to both. I've been to Exotica more often, but that's only because the New York Exotica is like literally 20 minutes away from me. So but I've been there. I go there more now to get interviews for my other channel. And I have interviewed adult film stars like Sarah J, Miss Danny, Alexis Golden. Those are the three big names I interviewed. I enjoy the fitness ones better, because I get to see the bodybuilders that I'm fans of. I get to see people that I know. They give away free supplements. You see all new things coming out. There's usually more things going on that I'm more interested in, like arm wrestling, powerlifting, MMA, strongman. They're really, especially the Arnold and the Olympia, they're really fun expos to go to. Really, really fun. When you go to the Exotica, especially in the last couple of years, it's an experience. Okay. Since this whole trans thing has been basically universally accepted for the most part. All right, maybe I'm exaggerating, but it's been accepted for the most part. There's a lot of trans at these porn conventions. So there's a lot, and guess what? It's mostly men dressed up as women. Shocker. And then it is you have to stand and meet the porno star that you want to talk to. And I literally just stand online to meet them, to talk to them about possibly doing an interview. And obviously the more popular the girl, the longer the line, blah, 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 whatever. Anyway. When you go to these Exotica Expos, these porn conventions, there are, generally speaking, three types of people that go there, from my experience. Uh, the guys that just came from the bar, they're with their friends and they got they're half drunk and they go, come on, let's go to the pony convention. There's like between 3 and 7 of them. Yeah, let's go. And they go and they're all drunk and they're actually having a blast. And actually the girls have more fun with those guys because they want to take pictures, but they want the girl lays across all of them and they're holding her up and whatever, you know what I mean? Or on their shoulders or whatever. And they're having fun. And that's the more fun type of crowd that goes there. The other one are couples that want to spice things up. So a married couple, boyfriend, girlfriend, they go there because, of course, they sell a lot of adult toys, outfits, lingerie, anything you could think of, they sell. So they go there and they buy things, they buy toys, and so on and so forth, and blah, blah, blah. And they spruce up their spice life. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The other person that goes there, the nice way to put it is I believe that the industry refers to them as the super fan. This is what Sarah J told me. And this is a guy who's usually single, alone. And he is so into a particular adult film star that he knows when she started her career, what film he likes best, what award she won for, best anal, whatever crazy award, best oral of the year, knows her background, knows her real name, does all this investigating. And they're kind of little quirky guys that kind of can't really meet girls because they're weird. And this is their escape, if you will, from being like lonely or being alone and away from work and so on and so forth. And they go there and they want to talk to their favorite adult film star and say, I'm a big fan, so on and so forth. So it's kind of strange to see that because most people look at porn as recreational, if you know what I mean, right? Where these guys look at it like this is their, it's like meeting Derek Jeter if you're a Yankee fan. Like, oh, it's kind of strange, but whatever. Anyway, so yes, I prefer the fitness. I went to the Olympia. I never been to the Arnold. I swear one day I'm going to go to the Arnold. Never been to the Olympia. I never been to the Arnold, but I went to the Olympia Expo 3 times, and every time was great. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Okay, most memorable fan experience from someone who recognized you from your podcast. Okay, here's the thing you got to remember. I'm not a big podcast, right? So I'm not really famous. I work like a regular person. I meet regular people all the time that don't know me. But there was this one time somebody wanted to take a picture of what, and I was just so flattered. And we still keep in touch. His name is Tom. We still keep in touch on Facebook. And I was at Jason Arns' show last year, and he watched the show, and he came over to me and he wanted to take a picture with me and meet me and so on and so forth. And I was really honored and flattered that I could make that kind of impression on somebody. I'm just a regular dude, man. I'm just a regular guy. I mean, I don't have a lot of subscribers. Maybe one day I will, but I could promise you this: I am never going to change my attitude if I do blow up, when I do blow up, rather. And I have 50,000, 100,000, so whatever, million, whatever the world has in store for me for social media influencing and YouTube, so on and so forth. As far as the people go, I will never turn my back on the people. Business is business. If I have I went through something with muscular development, that's different, right? If I have to make decisions about, my YouTube channel, the best thing to do for it, that's different. But I will never, ever, as God is my witness, ever turn my back on the people that support me, especially guys like Fran is the Man or Justin Walker. Forgot his Instagram name. Guys that have been following me since the beginning. Never in a million years. I don't care if you're I don't care if you are, a paraplegic from China. If you watch my stuff and you support me, I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to support you wholeheartedly. I'm never going to turn my back on you. And that's just the way it's going to be from now on. And the reason why is because I'm older. If you're a young guy and the success comes quick, you really don't know, you don't understand the impact you're making on people. you know, and when you're older and you start making an impact on people, you appreciate it, you understand what's going on because it's happened to you. You've been through life and you understand, you've met those people, or maybe those people weren't as nice as you thought so, or maybe you've met some of those people that you've idolized and they've really made an impact on you positively. And I am fully aware of the responsibility that I will have, and I do have as a podcast, and I will never turn my back on fans. I don't even call you guys fans. You're not fans. Like we're boys. It's just, yeah, I don't have fans. You know, I have people that like my content and I appreciate it. Anyway, next question. Do you think there will ever be a trans Olympia champ or trans division with the way society is headed? No, I do not. I do not. I'm not a pro trans person. Okay. I'm not in the least. I'm certainly not a pro trans person that wants to have people come into a world and change it because you're trans now and the world's got to fucking change around you. No, tough shit. You want start your own league, start your own IFBB, start your own bodybuilding, do trans over there. Okay. Don't come into our world. I said this once before. This question was asked once before, maybe a few months ago. The one thing that I always loved about bodybuilding, there's a lot of things I disliked about bodybuilding. But the one thing that I always loved about bodybuilding, always, is it always ignored the outside bullshit. Didn't care if you were gay, didn't care if you were black, didn't care if you were white, didn't care if you were Hispanic. It's how you looked on stage and the balls you had in the gym. That was it. They did not care. Nobody cared. The industry never cared. It wasn't like baseball where there were Negro leagues and the regular MLB. It wasn't like that. Okay. I mean, the second Mr. Olympia was from Cuba. He was black. It was Sergio Oliva Sr. All right. And that was 1960 something or other. And that says a lot during a time where, a lot of crisis was going on. Nobody cared. There's a strong man. I can't remember his name. He was on Joe Rogan. And the reason why he's on Joe Rogan is because he's a strong man, one of the best in the world. He's American and he's gay. And he talked about, what is his name? I don't remember his name. He has a mohawk and it's all different colors. And I think his best movement is the log that they pick up and press. Right? It's an actual log that they carve out. They have to press several times. I think that he has like the world record. Something. I don't know. I don't follow. But this is what I mean by the industry doesn't care about the bullshit, right? He came out to his training partner in the gym. I'm pretty sure that's how the story goes. If I'm correct, I remember watching the whole video, the whole interview. What the hell is his name? I can't remember his name. Whatever. If you know his name, comment. Tell me his name. And even if you have the link, if you could put I don't even know if you could put the link in the comments with him and Joe Rogan. Whatever. It doesn't matter. And his friend, they were working out together in the gym for whatever. Strongman or powerlifting, whatever they were doing. And he came out to his friend in the gym, and his friend goes, "All right, it's your set." That was it. He was not phased at all. Number one, his friend probably knew. I mean, but number two, he didn't give a shit. Are you going to put the work in the gym? Because then you're my training partner. If you're not, then you're not my training partner. It has nothing to do with you being gay or you being a different ethnicity. And that's what I always loved about bodybuilding. So this whole trans thing, okay, it is unfair if a trans woman wants to go and be Miss Olympia because you are a biological man. Should not ever be allowed in any sport, period. These are privileges that are for women and should only be for women. That's why there's WNBA. That's why they split up MMA from men to women, okay? They try to make it as fair as possible. No intergender stuff. Men and women, body weight, right? That's how they try to make it fair. Your weight division got to be in the same weight division. You got to be male or female, male to male, female to female. That's it. We don't need to change. See, one thing that people don't understand is if you start letting trans women into the women's world, into women's sports, into women's bathrooms, there are privileges that women have, that women fought for. And now what? You have to rewrite all these civil rights laws because there are certain men that say, no, I'm a woman. It doesn't make any sense at all. So no, if they want to compete, let them start their own trans bodybuilding federation. Stay out of my sport. Next question. Do you have any regrets in bodybuilding career? Are you satisfied how it ended? My regrets are small. They're nothing that would make a big difference. I would have gotten better trainers. I would have spent the money and gotten I believe I said this last time, either King Kamali or a Oscar Arden or Fackery. Those are the three guys I probably would have picked if I would have known better. But listen, man, I think I took it as far as I could. Maybe I could have went a little bit more, but I didn't have the genetics to turn pro. I just didn't. I think I said this plenty of times. My last show in 2014, I was 181 pounds on stage. I'm 5'8". I mean, 5'8". I should be walking around at 250 for to become a pro bodybuilder. It's just not. It just wasn't in the cards. So no, I don't have any regrets, and I still enjoy bodybuilding. And I think the best decision I ever made was starting this podcast on bodybuilding because I get my fulfillment, and I certainly know more and research more, and I'm a better podcaster than I am bodybuilder, 100%. Next question, and this is the last one from M Cheddar 241 or M Cheddar 241. How come we never hear any pros talk about their blood work being bad? Everyone always says how great their blood work is, no matter what part of the year. Well, I mean, yes, I agree. I'm sure there are guys and just they keep it quiet. They don't say anything, right? And there might be a couple of reasons. Number one, they just might be private guys, right? They might just be private people. I don't need to tell you this. Number two, there might be fear of an endorsement dropping them because if it's something serious, and you can't post on Instagram, or you can't, you're going to lose followers, or you can't compete. You might be at the mercy of a supplement company dropping, possibly. So maybe they, instead of saying they have a heart condition, they say, I need to spend time with my family, or I need to take the year and grow. And then they take consideration. They go take care of the problem and hopefully can change it. I truly believe that the majority of bodybuilders, their blood work is going to be like sometimes good, sometimes bad, but the majority of it is going to be good enough to compete and fulfill because you can't put your body through what you want to put it through to be an elite bodybuilder without having some side effects happen. It's just, you're taking tremendous super subs, anabolics, whatever you want to call them. You're taking over-the-counter supplements. You're training like a madman. So not only can you possibly get physical injuries, but obviously, you might have things like, the thickening of the blood. So you have high blood, red blood cells. So you might have to, donate every so often. So then your iron count might be high. So you have to go, cholesterol might be thrown off. So you have to cholesterol medication. It's all things that could be adjusted. Those are my three biggest guesses. So possibly you're private, possibly you are afraid of endorsement drops, and possibly the side effects or the things that come up wrong in blood work are really not that bad. So they just decide not to talk about it because it's not like career threatening or life threatening, which probably is most of the time. Other than that, I don't know, man. You got to ask them because I'm not a mind reader. I can't go into a pro bodybuilder's head and see what the hell he's doing when his blood work comes back bad. I don't fucking know. Anyway, that'll do it for this week's Anabolic Academy. Now remember, like, subscribe, share, and I'm going to have really good content coming up. Like I said, I got me, Marx Max Muscle EP09. And we're going to be talking about the Texas Pro, who is going to be in the top 3, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we're not just going to be talking. We all know who's going to be in the top 3, but who's going to beat who? Because this is a close one. I also got Jason Arns coming on for Muscle Talk, and we are going to have Justin, I believe his name is Grossman. I don't remember his last name, but he had just won the Teenage Nationals. He is the overall winner of the Teenage Nationals. Let's see. His name is Justin Greenberg. I apologize. Justin Greenberg from Long Island, New York. A tremendous young man and has a tremendous future in bodybuilding. He just won the Nationals and Teenage Nationals, and he actually won an open, middleweight open at Muscle Beach. So this kid is ready, and he's a respectful. He's a tremendous, respectful, well-grounded, disciplined young man. So you're not going to want to miss that. And of course, we got the Texas Pro coming up this weekend. I'm going to be making my predictions. I'm going to be covering it, and it's going to be lots of fun. Anyway, all right. I'm out. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.